my friends would come over and they would not, like, summertimes, they would not leave for days. Like, they would just be at the house. Or, like, they would go home, take a shower, come back, and we're just, back outside. But I saw Juice, and I was like, oh, wow. He's, like, supposed to be a kid, but in my mind, I'm like, oh, my Epps is a grown man. But he's DJing, and he's
Tupac.
supposed to be at school, but, they're out DJing and stuff. And I was like, oh, my gosh, like, this is so cool. I really want to do that.
What's going on, fam? This is KR Jones of the Off the Strength podcast, and I am here to tell you to like, listen, subscribe, and if you're feeling freaky, visit offthestrength.com. That's where you can go and get more information on us. That's where we can link, we can build, we can connect, and let's make this thing work.
I'm trying to be a better person daily, man.
Try harder.
What's good, everybody? What's good? Welcome back to yet another episode of Off the Strength, where we're giving you an inside look into all things wellness culture. I'm a trainer called Tony, and of course with me I have a gentleman of extraordinary league.
KR Jones is in the building.
That's right, folks. We are back. And ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, listeners of all type from near and far, you are now in store for a treat because Brother Jones, today's guest is somebody who turned their music knowledge into a full-blown movement. Kyle, today we have Lyndsey McFail in here with us, Kyle. All right. Now, Kyle, she's a creator of the Top 3 game. This is going to be the game where music trivia is going to come together, and it's been bringing people all over the country together on game nights, community meetups, and family gatherings across the country, bro. We crossed paths at that RKL championship game first, right? Then we saw her again at the I would say, Irv's house party that they had. And then in the same day, saw her at the Revelry Buyer Club. Man, I said, you know what? If we are on this much of the same wavelength, we got to be a part of the same tribe. So I am elated to have Lindsay pull up inside here today, man. And I bought the game on the spot. Now, let me tell you, folks, if you love R&B and hip-hop, this game will test you, humble you, and have you arguing with some of your best friends in the best way possible.
That part.
I have played this game with this man, and you know what we did? We got into a full-fledged argument.
Yes.
Like we almost just did a couple minutes before the show just started.
That's one-sided beef, bro. That was all you.
Lyndsey McFail is a lifelong DJ who started spinning at the age of 14. Now, I hope that that's true. Some 13. Of these details is coming in. 13, okay.
All right.
Started spinning at the age of 13. Today, she's a music industry vet that has been running social media strategy. During the pandemic, she flipped the isolation into innovation and built a game featuring over 300 artists, 3 songs at a time, spanning decades of culture. Today, we are talking about that Top 3 game, man, and how it came to life, what shaped it, what artists are going to be influential in Lindsay's journey, and how she took that basement DJ creative entrepreneurship and shaped the way for what she's got going on. So, Brother Jones, let's lock in, turn up the volume. Let's make some noise one time for Lindsay on the Off the Strength podcast. Lindsay, what's going on?
What's poppin'? Thank y'all for having me. I'm so excited.
Thank you for pulling up. We're very happy to have you inside here. First and foremost, how you feeling today?
Oh, I feel great.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah, it's a wonderful day.
I feel wonderful, too, because I don't know if the good people out there in listener land sees, but we got some gifts, Kyle.
Yeah.
Oh, they can see. And the candy cane wrapping is pristine.
You know what I'm saying? Folded with care. You know what I mean? I feel like so warm inside, Kyle. I feel like I might know what's inside here. Look at this.
What is it?
This is the gift that needs to keep on giving during your holiday season right here, okay? I'm talking about Top 3. Now, Kyle, I wasn't even playing around. The last time I took this game out was for Thanksgiving, and it didn't make it back home with me. You know what I'm saying? Everybody in the house was like, I need to keep that. Bring that back over here. We're doing all different types of renditions. I don't know. You know how when you open up the game, you got the rules that's on here, and then people start playing their own way?
That's how I made it,
That's exactly what started happening, you know? And again, usually when people be making up the rules, this is when the fights occur. You know what I'm saying?
That's what I live for. I made the rules real loose, because I want to see how they play and what happens.
Okay. Yeah, I like that. I love the fun, the energy. And Lindsay, I even saw that fun and energy when you're bringing this out to like the live events and the pop-ups, and you were even getting into the interviewing part. You doing like your version of the game show version of it. I love every single component to that. So I see your energy that you bring to the party, and I want to just jump into how you got this whole thing started.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you kind of know most of it, but it was during the pandemic, and I was just like sitting around, and I said, what is something that I can create for myself that I can bring to the masses? And as you mentioned, I'm a retired DJ now.
Okay. You hung the microphone up and you hung the headphones up. Okay.
But I still have such a love for music. And I was like, well, I love music and I love games. I'm an only child. So I lived for people to come over to the house to play some games, because I'd be playing games like by myself, like playing 4-person Uno with myself.
That's hysterical.
Yeah. So if you want to see me, get ready. Uno, Connect 4, Monopoly, let's go.
I didn't know that there was Uno mastery out here, but you have unlocked a different level.
Yeah, for only children, for sure. Definitely.
So I was like, okay, let me come up with some ideas. And I was like, I have enough knowledge to know, like, okay, there are certain things that you can and can't do with people's names and songs, because stuff is copywritten.
Yeah,
so
for sure.
I took it to an attorney, and I had like 4 ideas that I brought to her. And out of those 4, she was like, you can't do 1. And I was like, all right, cool. And I started off with top 3.
Okay.
At the time, it was called Name That. And it was same concept. You tell people the 3 song titles listed on the card. They have to guess. But it was all genres of music. So R&B, hip hop, pop, country, Latin, everything. And when I started doing focus groups, the only negative feedback, it's not even negative feedback, but the only feedback I got was, we would much rather play with the genres that we know. I'm like, oh, say less, because we about to have R&B, pop, country, etc. Like, you just have a wall of top 3.
Okay, I love that. I mean, I heard focus groups. I heard some iterations. There's all different types of richness that come into what this great product is today. I can't wait to jump back into that story, but I want to go back a little bit and just hear about how the love of this all started. Now, Kyle, I feel like it's only appropriate if we are going to hijack the brown sugar question. We got a whole person that's here that has been working with the music industry for a long time. I feel like this is the time that we should be asking this question.
This is true. But before we do that, I want to give my piece as to how I came to top 3. And it was a holiday pop-up in Atlantic Terminal, I want to say. That's what that is.
Shout out to them over there.
And shout out to homie with the record store in
Ali. Shout out to Legacy Records.
The record store. Ali was sitting there. He had a bunch of vinyls and stuff that he was selling at the time, but then I saw the game, and he played it with me right there on the spot. I was like, oh, I need that. And I bought it immediately. So to buy that without knowing you, and then to know you and meet you, is like, oh, wow, this is a real full circle moment. And to tie all that in the loop, the question that we like to start the podcast off with is, where were you when you fell in love with this thing we call wellness?
Oh, that's a good question. Before I answer, I got to shout out Ali and Legacy, because they are the first record store to ever sell top 3, and first meaning like I didn't know them. I walked in the door, was like, hey, I'm Lindsay, I have this game, and they were like, yeah, let's do it. And to this day, they are one of top 3's top supporters.
Come on now.
So to answer your question, going back to the wellness, listen, I was a kid. I'm of the age where like you go outside and you're outside all day. Riding bikes.
The street lights come on.
Until the street lights come on. I'm from Arlington, Virginia, so it's right outside D.C. I would be at my grandma's house. Me and my friends, we go outside. We ride bikes all day long. We play kickball. We play badminton across the fence. We're playing tag, freeze tag, like anything, any children's game that you can imagine outside is what we're doing. And we did not want to come inside. So I would say that is probably the initial start. But then also my mom, she is a calligrapher and an art gallery owner. And back in the day, like early 90s, she would have her company is called Photo, which is from one hand to another. And she had the Photo Bike Club. So all of her co-workers and friends who work with her at the post office, which was her full-time job, every Saturday between like April to October, maybe every other Saturday, we would go on bike rides. Now I'm talking, I'm a kid, like 6, 7 years old, and I'm riding my bike with them, and we're riding from, like, if y'all know DC, Haynes Point is like your entry point into DC, and we're going to like the zoo. I'm talking 1.5 hour rides and things like that. And I'm a kid, and my mom's not playing. Like, it's no, nowadays I feel like, you got the kids strapped up in the little harness or in the little tent part there in the back, like, do. No, I'm like pumping. Yeah, I'm like, all right, let's go. Let's go. I'm like, awesome. Mom, I'm tired. She's like, keep up. I'm like, okay.
Get up that hill. Come on, we got it.
I'm struggling. But that really, started my love for wellness and just being outside and being fit, because it's another form of like a game, another form of playing.
Yeah, I love that. Okay, what was the soundtrack that was happening when all this fitness was going on?
Oh, what were we listening to? I'm going to say TLC, but early, like, first album TLC, like, What About Your Friends?
Yeah, for sure.
Crisscross.
So many colors.
Yeah, all the colors.
All the colors on there.
Oh, that's such a good question. What else? I'm like, see, this is the worst question, because it's the worst question and best question, because after I leave, I'm going to come back and be like, dang, I should have said
so
this.
Many more.
I should have said this, but I'm going to say, like, Will Smith's Summertime.
Yeah, for
that
sure.
brings up memories. I want to say Blackstreet. What is it? Before I Let You Go? I Let You Go. Yeah. That, anything like Jay Brownstone.
Yeah, for sure.
Zane. Yeah, that's the soundtrack right there.
Now, as we're in that time frame, when did you start to feel like, okay, I don't just like, these are the sounds that I'm hearing. I'm like, I really like this. Like, take me back to when you started that whole, like, what makes you want to be a DJ at 13?
Juice,
okay.
The movie Juice. I saw it for the first time at like 12, 13 on BT. And, I would have like my friends over. And like my house was always like the party house. So like my friends would come over, and they would not, like, summertimes, they would not leave for days. Like, they would just be at the house. Or like they would go home, take a shower, come back, and we're just, back outside. But I saw Juice, and I was like, oh, wow. He's like supposed to be a kid, but in my mind, I'm like, Omar Epps is a grown man. But he's DJing, and he's
Tupac.
supposed to be at school, but they're out DJing and stuff. And I was like, oh my gosh, like, this is so cool. I really want to do that. And again, this is pre, like, internet. I mean, not pre-internet, but pre, like, you weren't really like Googling, how do I become a DJ? It's kind of just like, you got to figure it out.
Right.
And like 2 weeks later, I walked into a rec center, and they had free DJ lessons.
Okay.
And I was like, oh, bet. I worked it out where like I would take the bus from school to that particular rec center, and then my mom would come and pick me up, and I had like worked it out that way. And I told her, she was like, okay, well, you got the plan, so go ahead and do it. And I took the lessons, and then my DJ instructor, shout out to Derek Santos.
Okay.
He saw, I guess, my potential and would invite me to come with him to his DJ gigs. And he was probably in high school, so I was in middle school. And then eventually he was also is a really great DJ, but he got booked so much that he would start giving me some of his like gigs, like daytime gigs where like I'm playing music at people's apartment complexes for their like community days and stuff like that. And then from there, and I would be like borrowing the DJ equipment from the class, so much so that they were like, listen, you can't.
Full-time gig. You booked this out for next week.
You booked this out. Shout out to Mr. Bravo being like, no, like you got to get your own. And eventually I did. And what's so crazy about this whole story is I was actually DJing. This is probably maybe like a year into it. And this woman comes up to me and she's like, are you a McFail? And I'm like, yeah. And on my dad's side, he has 9 brothers and sisters. Mm-hmm. And so I'm like, yeah. So it's not uncommon for somebody to be like, oh, you must be a McFail. And so she was like, are you Bay McFail's daughter? And I was like, no, that's my uncle. My dad's Barry. And she was like, man, wow. Because I can't believe like the generations of music. And I'm like, what is she talking about? Come to find out, I had no idea. But back in the day, my uncle was a DJ, an extremely popular DJ in like Arlington, Alexandria, area, DC area, so much so like he had his own club and stuff. So by the time, this is like 2000s, early 2000s when I'm DJing, he had probably stopped like early 90s. So it's a total disconnect of, you know, of him DJing and me. And my uncle Bay, he's so reserved. Like he's a jokester, a prankster and everything, but you wouldn't automatically just assume like, oh, he's a DJ. Yeah. So that just like blew my mind. And my mom was like, yeah, you didn't know that? I'm like, why would I know this? It's not like he's DJing at the family functions. I ain't seen no records or nothing. I don't know a thing.
Yeah. Wow. But it was in the bloodline this whole time. Mm-hmm. That's a crazy story. I mean, I have to ask, because I too dabbled very early on in the DJ world for a little bit. I feel like every DJ has to have that initial like nom de plume. What was the DJ name that you came up with when you was first touching down? Who was your persona? What was it based off of? What was going on?
Oh, I didn't even think about it like that. I think I would just sat around and was like, oh, I guess I need a DJ name. Mind you, y'all, I'm 13. I ain't never been to the club. I don't know, like, the most of a DJ that I can remember is like DJ Flex on the radio. And I'm not talking Funkmaster Flex. I'm talking about DJ Flex from WPGC 95.5.
Shout out them call letters. I like it.
Yeah, like I'm talking about DJ Rico, DJ Dirty Rico. So I'm like, I don't really know. And Spinderella. That's it. That's, again.
That was it.
And so I'm like, oh, maybe it should be like DJ Lindsy, DJ Love Music, DJ. I don't know. My mom was she probably has a list somewhere of like, here's the paper where you wrote your names down, and we went through it.
Try them out.
Yeah,
you know?
But we landed on DJ Lovely.
Okay.
Yeah.
I like it. I like it.
DJ Lovely, playing music to satisfy everyone.
See, it even sounds like it's pitched right for the radio. It's like, all right, you're going to hear this. This is it. It's the time block that it comes in on, you know what I mean? It's very smooth, very calming kind of energy.
Yeah.
It's lovely. Lovely day.
Yeah. That was me.
I like it. I like it a lot. Brother Jones.
Man, I mean, I never had a run-in with DJs, but I was young. I wanted to rap. You know what I'm saying? I didn't have a rap name. My rap name was my name. You know what I'm saying? I was Kyle Jones. But I do think it's fascinating when other people point out things, like especially like someone calling out your family name and like educating you. Like as kids, we don't often see our relatives as the people they are, and it takes you growing up a little bit to be like, oh, you used to do what? Like, you know, so I think that's such a beautiful story within itself. What happens post DJ? Like, what's the peak of you DJing then?
Oh man, the peak would be high school.
Okay.
Like high school, I was DJing every weekend.
Wow.
In addition to having parties at my house.
I feel like that's a cheat code right there.
What's that?
It's like you DJing and partying. Like you would have to be top elite in high school. You in that circle that most people can't get into. That's a cheat code right there.
I honestly didn't think about it like that. Let me just tell you, my mom will say this. My friends, they'll say it too, that have known me. They're like, Linz, what were you doing during this time? Because I'd be like, oh yeah, this did happen. Oh, they're like, what were you doing? I was like, I mean, I was there, but I was
mixing and scratching.
Yeah,
what was
I'm
happening?
like, I'm playing the music. I'm hauling speakers. Y'all out there having fun and dancing. I'm trying to get somebody to come up and, you know, do a little dance, but back that thing up. I'm trying to dance too. Like, while y'all were partying, I'm over here sweating to make sure that y'all having a good time. So I would say, actually, it's two peaks. So high school, I would be having parties at my house, and I would say the peak of high school would be there was a time where one of the high schools in Arlington, Wakefield, they went to like the state championship, the varsity basketball team. And it was like, we had planned to have a party on like Friday or Saturday or something. And mind you, these parties were taking place in my basement. So we would have 100 people, kids,
that's hysterical,
high school students from all over coming to the basement parties, and it would look like, imagine like Sean Paul.
Oh yeah, them walls are sweating.
Banging on the damn stuff.
You could see the steam coming out the windows outside of the house, and they had like, it was like tournaments every single day, and somehow I convinced my mom to let me have a party on Thursday night, Friday night, and Saturday night.
That's hysterical.
And we would get like a Don John, like a porta potty outside, so that people wouldn't be running up and down.
Yeah, you're not coming in the house. You can take that outside.
The reason why what happened, I'll tell you a quick story, is my CDs got stolen.
Word. That's crazy.
I had a birthday party. I DJ'd my own birthday party when I turned 14, and it was so many people that, I don't know, I had on like some capris or something. I was like, oh, let me just run upstairs and, you know, change real quick, put something else on. I come back downstairs and I'm like, where's the
My
CD
jewel case is gone.
The CD and my friend had, you know, like the puff, I guess it's puff paint that you put. He had did like this DJ Lovely, and it was like Pink Panther on it. I had like a rack of CDs. Couldn't find the CDs.
Nah.
I was livid. I turned the music off so fast, and I'm like cussing, and my mother's like, what is going on? I was like, somebody took the damn CDs and da-da-da-da-da. I was like, everybody, I turned into Martin, get out. Get out. I'm throwing people's bags and stuff out and livid. And we never found out who took the CDs.
We're going to find you.
We're still looking for if you have any information, please call.
Put an APB out. It's a Pink Panther jewel case out there. We want it.
Nothing good gonna happen to you.
Yeah, exactly.
So you do right by me.
Nothing. But so as a result of that, we were like, okay, maybe this operation needs to be locked down a little bit more.
Yeah.
So we wouldn't, there's stairs to go up in between the house. So that would be locked, and we have a Don John. And so my mom let us have a party Thursday night, Friday night, Saturday night. And what I didn't mention is I'm also charging people for these parties. So.
Okay. I got to applaud a couple different things. Shout out to Mom for just like, first of all, just like being supportive throughout this whole story.
Shout out to her, yes.
Finding different ways to be innovative and supportive. This is like, all right, we're gonna shut this down for a little bit, but we're going to put Don John back out so we get that back. Cover's still going to be right over here. There's the entrepreneurial side of this story is starting that early.
Yeah.
Right? Where does that come from in your life?
It comes from her. It comes from my mom. Shout out to Mama McFail, Felicia Bryce McFail. She, like I said, she is a calligrapher. Right now she owns the only Black and woman-owned art gallery in the Northern Virginia area. So she always did calligraphy. Like, I would go with her to like bend and stuff. Her artwork, I used to hate it. We're dragging suitcases with frames and wrapping them in bubble wrap, and I'm like, gosh. I mean, I'm again 10. What did I have to do? But I'm like, this is not what I want to be doing. But I learned it from her. I learned it from my grandma, which is her mom, and my aunt. They were seamstress in the neighborhood, and people, the story is like people would come from all across Arlington County and get their clothes made. So like 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, like they are making clothes. Like, we talk about fast fashion now. They were making everything that you had on. So it comes from just seeing them. And my mom, kudos to her, she let me be the entrepreneur. Like, I feel like the reason why I am who I am today is because my mom was like, okay, you want to have this little business? This is your business. I'm not doing any of this. And what that meant was like, yeah, I'm going to take you to, because again, I started at 13, so I couldn't drive. So she would take me to the gigs, but people would call me because I would be DJing for like grown-ups. People would be like, oh, I'm turning 50. Can you DJ my 50th birthday party? As a 13, 14, 15-year-old. And so I'm like, yeah, I can do it. What day? I'm like writing it down. And so they're like, let me talk to your mother. And I'm like, okay. So I give her the phone, and she's like, yeah, it's fine. And I guess they was get into like, well, so we're going to pay her. She's like, you need to talk to Lindsay. I'm not her secretary. Hands the phone back. And then like I would have to negotiate how much my rate was. I remember we did some gig, and it was like far as hell, and she was like, well, you gonna owe me some gas money. And I don't know, maybe I charged like $100, $150 or something like that, and the gas was like $35 or whatever to fill up the tank. And I started, calculating. I was like, I had to start charging more.
Oh my God.
So I had to learn that. And of course she would help me, but she would not do it. She would be like, you have to talk to adults, and like if this is what you want to do, this is what you have to do. And I think that that's one skill that really has taken me through I think my whole life is like just being able to talk to people.
Yeah, I would say that it seems like it's giving you a level of understanding your value in a way that I think a lot of people take a long time to arrive to.
Yeah, because like imagine, all right, I'm 14 years old and I'm talking to, let's just say I'm a woman or I'm a young lady at the time, and I'm speaking to, say, a 50-year-old man, and these people, you know, folks try to hustle you. I tell them, oh, my rate is, say, $75 an hour. Well, I'm going to give you 50. No, you're going to give me 75 or we're not doing nothing. And I need a deposit up front.
Yeah.
So I need that deposit by X, Y, and Z date. So you need to drop it off at the house because there's no Zelle or Cash App. Write the check.
Right.
I got to wait for that to clear. Because if it don't, we also not doing it. So it's like, it's very, like, I'm very, like, no, if we don't have, like, these X, Y, and Z things in place, then we're not doing it.
That's beautiful. What did that do to your confidence throughout your life?
Oh, definitely a boost. Like, I'm not taking no... Can we cuss?
Yeah, go for it.
I'm not taking no shit. Like, dog, like you can't... it doesn't matter what it is. I'm not taking any shit. Like, if it's... I don't know. It could be at work. It could be with Top 3. Like, you know, I go and vend even with Top 3 and people roll up on me and I'm like, oh, how much is the game? I'm like, oh, it's $30. You know, you get pretty much 3 games in one. Well, I'm going to give you 20. Dog, we're not at the flea market. Are you going into the Louis Vuitton? Oh, nice Louis belt. Did you go into the Louis store and be like, oh, this belt is $650. I'm gonna give you $550. No, you paid him $650 and you're gonna pay me $30, or you're not gonna have the game. You can take this business card and pretend to play.
You got one round.
You got one round.
You got one round for free.
I'm just saying.
Look at that.
You can dream about the rest.
Yeah, exactly. Go home, listen to the radio, and, you know, imagine. See how you ideate. No, I love that. I love that. It's powerful. It's something that is, I think, it's emblematic of where a lot of people should go when they're looking into that entrepreneurial space. I think a lot of times the words that people put on entrepreneurialism don't really have the definitions that you seem to have at a very early age. So I can only imagine that served you very well all the way through some of the matriculation part. So take me through, okay, the apex of the parties happening in the high school space, right? When you go away to college, what's happening? What's coming up?
So prior to going to college, also a level of like being this entrepreneur and having these you know, like working, having these gigs and having the parties and making money, is I was like, I don't need this little high school. Like, I'm making $200 a day. Okay.
Your teachers probably weren't very happy about that.
I don't think they fully knew. Yeah, I don't think they fully knew. This is something I probably like expressed to like my mom or like I was like, I really don't need to be here. And as a result, I didn't do... This is so wild to say, but I was like class president. I was in AP and IB courses, but I wasn't doing like the best that I could do. But I knew I wanted to go to Clark Atlanta University.
Why was that?
Because my big sister, Nadia, she went to Clark and she's a really close family friend. And during middle school, I would spend my spring breaks in Atlanta with her. And she was a mass comm major and I would go to classes with her. I would be on the campus, like just bopping around like I was in school, and I was like, I really want to go to Clark. And so as a result, I remember Mr. Sample, who was our minority achievement officer, he said to me one day, you know, you're not failing. He was like, you're not trying, but you're not failing. So imagine if you just put like a little bit more effort into like your schoolwork, you would actually do better. You would actually you would just raise that C to a B. The B would be a A, so on and so forth. That D would be a C, and so on and so forth. And I was like, he was like, because if not, your ass isn't going to Clark.
Yeah.
And I was like, thank you, James. But it was true.
Yeah.
And so I get to Clark and so excited, but I kind of stopped DJing. I would DJ when I came home, and I had a radio show my freshman year. I still had like the love for DJing, but because I was now exposed to like all these other things, being in a sorority, I was a Spanish tutor because I was a Spanish minor. I was a campus what do you call those people that give like the tours on campus for prospective students? I was a ambassador. So I was doing like all these different things, and I'm outside. Like, I didn't get a chance to really party in high school, so now I'm outside.
Like,
I'm at the atrium. I'm everywhere.
Put these CDs behind me.
Yeah. So it kind of, I don't want to say it fell off, but like when I would come back for high school, from college, I would still maybe do a party here and there, and then I would get booked for gigs. But it really started to pick up once I graduated.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's what's up. Yeah, I always hear people talk about going to like HBCUs, and I'd be like, damn, I missed out. It just sounds like it's been such a time. Everybody that we've come across, that has been on this show talks about something that's just like, damn, I wish I would have heard that at the right age, at the right time, because I definitely would have been down there. I would try to find that. It's again in that the early enrichment process. It's like there are different pivotal things where you see people in your peer group like moving and going into the different places that you would want to go to. It makes your ceiling a little bit higher every single time you do that. When you're seeing, how, your mom is moving through her entrepreneurial exploration, your ceiling gets a little bit higher for what's possible. When you know how to negotiate your own value, imagining you starting to move through to, okay, now I'm in these professional settings. This is what I'm going to go for. This is not what I'm going to go for. This is how we go forward, right? Okay. When did that love of music turn into the business of music? Like, take me through how that process started and happened.
It happened in college. So it really starts like in high school and like figuring out what I wanted to do. I wanted to be at one point a cop. Okay. And my mom was like, who's about to be listening to you talking about, hey, you, stop, no. I was like, well, I'm going to just pop him in the foot. And she was like, you can't do that. Pop him in the foot? I'm thinking like New Jack City. Like,
not even the nice stick.
Don't even make me, don't make me do this.
Yeah, like, stop.
You
like,
get down or you lay down. That's it. These are the only two options.
Yeah, so that was short-lived. And I was like, well, maybe,
Thank God, by the way. Thank you.
Thanks, Mom. But then I was like, oh, maybe I'll work at a radio station and be like an on-air talent and have my own radio show. And I had my show in college for like a year or two. And I was like, this is cool, but it's not really what I want to do. But I did know, I was like, okay, I'm going to major in public relations. Okay. And I want to be a publicist. And at the time, I wanted to be Gucci Mane's publicist.
I like it.
And this is pre-glowed up Gucci, too. I was saying he was like pushing women out of cars.
It's Gucci with the gut.
Yeah. And I would go see him like every week. He would perform. I think the club is called Club Scorpio or Club Libra in like Zone 6 in Atlanta. And my boyfriend at the time, who was from Atlanta, he would be like, man, we about to go out here. It's about to be some real like Atlanta people. Like you just
stay on point. The tonal shift. Yeah, you hear that? It's very Atlanta.
Yeah, I'm like, let's go. I'm like, it don't make me no difference. We about to pull up, and he was like, no, these not no like they ain't go to you ain't never seen no people like these people like. And I'm like, let's go, and we would go. I would scrape up my little $20, go see Gucci. Waka Flocka would be there, OJ the Juice Man, Shawty Low, rest in peace. And I'm talking, like you said, this is Gucci with the gut. He was popping so many pills and doing all the things that he was doing that you could see the sweat dripping from the brim of his hat. Oof. From where I was standing, like a faucet, and I was like, this is who I want to represent right here.
Like, I could take this man some places.
I like if I could represent him, then I could represent anybody.
Yeah, I like it.
And eventually that kind of evolved because I was like, I really don't like the idea of like calling, and no offense to any of my publicist friends out there, but like calling people, asking for favors, or like not begging, but I just didn't. I was like, I don't really want to do that side of it. Okay. So I shifted, and I was like, okay, I'll get into event planning and things like that. And during this time, I'm still writing for like little publications as a music writer. My friends would have different blogs and things like that. And then eventually, after grad school, I was like, all right, I'm just going to move to New York because I want to work in entertainment. And I want to do social media.
Right on.
So I graduated from Georgetown with a degree, a master's in digital communications, and I moved here and never looked back. And I've worked in pretty much every sector of entertainment, from television, magazines. I haven't worked in movies, but and now music.
Okay. Wow. I mean, it's elaborate. Talk about the aperture is a little bit of everything. The things that really do have the pulse of, what moves culture all the way through there. So, I mean, I want to dive into a few different things, but Kyle, I want to open it up for your curiosity for a second.
I'm thinking about that moment when you realized you didn't want to call those favors and, that side of PR. And for me, I think that moment came when I was in school. I was in that athletic training kind of path of, I didn't want to be a babysitter to athletes. It was like the athletic trainers are the people that come out in the khakis when folks get hurt. But like when you're not doing that, you got athletes throwing their towel at you and you got to get them water and feed them on the sideline. I was like, that's just not how I see my life going. And I think that when you get to decide what you don't want to do, it really does open the door for the things that you really want. And I just think that that's such a defining moment in life. And, it really lays the groundwork for everything that you did after that. On top of, how much of a Gucci fan that I am. You know what I'm saying?
That's why I paused the show for you, Kyle. There we go.
Because we don't really get Gucci appreciation.
No.
Up north. You know what I'm saying?
This is where my New York bias is going to come in. I'm just going to sit this one out.
They don't really understand the magnitude of trap music and things of that nature. And I'm just in awe of Atlanta at that time, and was just curious if you could just paint a little picture of what it was like being there in that time, just because Southern music was on such an uptick to really taking over. Like, this is pre-Migos and all of that, but like, just curious as to like someone who loves music, loves the business of music, like how did that really shape your future?
That's a great, such a great question. And it's so great because the answer is like the feeling of being at Clark Atlanta, which is like in the heart of Atlanta, Southwest Atlanta, and not too far from like Bankhead and different places that you hear T.I. rapping about, that you hear Shawty Lo rapping about, and just like having a video come out and be like, man, I be driving past there every day. Or like, oh, they shooting, Gucci is at Busy Bee shooting a video or something like that. And literally being able to like run over there and be in the video or catch a glimpse of whoever it is. It was nothing that I had ever experienced before. Like, I mean, and granted, I'm from Arlington, so like DC area, we listen to go-go. So, you go to a go-go and you see Back perform, and you might see, and then you have Big G who's on The Wire and stuff. So those are like our celebrities, and like you see them out and it's like, oh man, they just dropped, or Trey from UCB just dropped Sexy Lady, and I just seen Trey walking down, this place. So it's the same feeling. And even if you live, say, in Harlem or Brooklyn, say during the time of, say, like Biggie, and like being like, oh, he's on the block, they about to shoot a video. It's just like mind blowing to see like those people do their thing and to be a part of like this cultural revolution. And then also to really stunt on people when you come back home. Because like during this time of me being in college, Atlanta has taken over. The South has taken over. So you talking about, bet you can't do it like me. No, bet you can't do it like me, okay? Because I'm down there. I'm snapping, in my white tee, okay? So, you can't. You was where? No, I mean, y'all, oh, that's nice. That's cute. But bet you can't do it like me. Like, so it's a time. I
love that. The energy is magical.
Yeah.
Like, legitimately, it's something that is palpable. I could only, feel a longing for, wishing to have had that experience. And I could see that transcend into some of the ways that you start to embark on this digital storytelling. Because that's the feeling that people, at least in my experience, like when you're starting to do that, going into the social media and you're going into the communications on that front, that's the feeling that you want to evoke in people when you're bringing those moments of delight, or, oh my God, I need to make it to the next one. I wanted to be here. I wanted to have that transfer over. Talk to me about how you actually being present in the room translated to you starting to like shape stories in that narrative and like working in that new space?
I didn't even know that it was a thing that could be done. When I went to grad school, social media went from, how can I say? I graduated from undergrad, and when I graduated, it was like, okay, write a press release.
Right.
Boom. By the time I got to grad school, like a year and a half later, it was take that press release and get it down to 140 characters.
Yeah, exactly.
And
get
so
it out
I was
on
like, oh, this seems like the route that people are going. And I was like, okay, I'm just going to see where it takes me, because Facebook has been around at this point. I don't know. It had been around for a few years,
right.
More than a few years. And then you have Twitter, and then you have the emergence of Instagram,
right.
and then eventually Vine and things like that. So I'm like, okay, this is the direction that I want to go. And what actually shifted is still, I started off doing as a social media assistant. So, which meant I did everything. I worked for a PR agency called DKC, and I was on their social team. And I did every single aspect of social media, from analytics to blogging to capturing content at events and posting it up in real time. And this is second language, or, normal for us now. But back in that time, it wasn't. I'm like, dang, like 15 years ago, that wasn't the norm, to have like your camera out and then posting a photo. Like, we didn't even have Instagram stories at this time.
Right.
So I was like, wow, I went from doing that to then working for the Maury Povich show and all of the "you are not the father" drama, the lie detector determines, and really being the sole person to cultivate Maury's voice on social media and try to be relevant with, like, this is around the time when Chris Brown had, like, I think, like, his first child, and it was like, we don't know if this is really his child. So I'm like, okay, we need to capitalize on this moment and be like, Maury, invite Chris on the show and see if just to get some buzz talking, to then going to BET and going to Essence, which were vital experiences, because you have people running through Essence and BET all the time, like celebrities. So it's like, okay, boom, this person is here. Hey, can you take a photo? Can you do a drop? Like, oh, you're here because you're promoting X show or this product. Like, having to come up with fun and engaging ideas, because at the end of the day, people don't want you to ask them the same question.
Right.
Like, they're doing a press day, they didn't answer that question 4 times. So my mind then turns into almost like a social publicist. So as I was saying before, I was like, I didn't want to be a full-on publicist, but what my role, or how I look at it, is like, I'm a social publicist, where I create these opportunities for people to come and do, and then it gets put on social.
Right.
I mean, nowadays the lines are so blurred, but it's just a little bit different than what I guess actual publicists do.
Yeah, there's a creative lens to that. I see the TV world marrying a lot of different skills that you had to pick up along the way inside there. Putting people in the best position to perform at their best for whatever that junket is an art in and of itself, right?
Yeah.
So you're putting all of these different skills together, you're building, and you're going from one version of media to the next. What's one skill that you picked up that transferred to all of those different spaces?
Knowing how to talk to people.
Okay.
In my current role, I go to a lot of events. I work red carpets. I'm at festivals. I have to interview people. I have to talk to them. I have to explain to them what we're about to do. And these people are either about to go on stage or they're coming off the stage. They're not thinking about, a question.
Yeah.
When's your album coming out? Or what was the inspiration behind your album? They're like, I'm about to do a whole performance.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's like getting them comfortable for what's about to happen.
Right.
And being like, hey, all I need, give me 7 minutes or less. This is what we're going to do. Let's take a beat. What do you need? And then let's do it. We can knock it out. And so and then also being aware of like their answers and things like that. It's really all about communication, because at the end of the day, like, I don't want anybody to have spoken to me and they be like, now, why she let me talk like this and she know daggone well my collar was up, or or I mispronounced this word, why she didn't say, anything like that. So it's trying to make sure that you know how to speak to people, and even, sometimes you get people and they're like, I don't want to answer that.
Yeah.
Or you might make a mistake and be like, oh, that's not my project.
Right.
Oh, my bad. Well, tell me, who are some artists that inspire you? Like knowing how to pivot.
Right.
Knowing how to just think quick on your feet. And that goes back to like me being a kid and people not necessarily trying to hustle me, but like trying to, maybe be like, okay, trying to negotiate. It's like negotiation skills 101. So I think just communicating with people is really important. Yeah,
it's massive. I can only see the fruits of all of that you've come up with to this point, and I could just be in awe and just like, wow, this is amazing. It's a template that I, again, think a lot of people can pull different information from, but for me, I'm seeing how you build all of your tools together, how you take those tools, couple them with your artistry, how you take that, and now you're looking forward and you're finding different spaces to navigate. Now, the landscape is changing drastically, Lindsay. Okay, you've gone through a few different drastic landscape evolving that require different uses of technology, require different skills, all the rest of that stuff. Today, currently, what's some of the things that you're thinking about or excited about with how technology is playing a role in your space, and what's unveiling for you now?
I just love how people are just creating content, like on the fly.
Yeah.
Like, just how you were saying, like, it's drastic evolutions of technology. Like, before you had to have a whole camera setup. You got to have a Canon SLR, or whatever it is.
We need the res over here. Everybody was trying to get to it.
You got to have a light. I remember doing social media and, like, having my phone, having, like, a little, gimbal, and then, like, the flash here, or, like, a tripod. And now it's just, like, everything is so casual that you just need your iPhone. And that's one thing that I do love, especially with Top 3, because I can just grab content, and it doesn't have to be, it doesn't have to be with a whole production team.
Yeah.
Our iPhones and editing software are so good that it looks like it's really, like I've had an editor do it and this and that. I did it on CapCut, or I did it in, Reels. So that's what I love, is that, it's also a gift and a curse, because, then you have an oversaturation of so much content, but it does make it more accessible for you to produce content.
It definitely does. When you have the ability to do so much, how do you choose what you don't do in your operation for all of the stuff that you are managing in that social media space?
You have to work smarter and not harder, so yeah, you really have to figure out, like, what's the most impact. And social media today is all about time and energy.
Yeah.
And what's going to yield you the biggest result. So is that me running around to 3 events doing X, Y, and Z? Maybe. It could be. Like, I seen, like, we just, in the intro, you were saying, like, you saw me at the house party with Irv and Enter You, and then was at Reverie Fest. And yes, that particular day made sense because it opened me up to a whole different audience.
Right.
At both of those events. Now, is that something I'm doing every single day? No.
Yeah, I would hope not.
Absolutely not. Am I doing that every single week or month? No.
Yeah.
But where it makes sense. And so you have to be able to know what is going to work and what's not, or what event or what things are going to yield you the best outcome.
Yeah.
And that's taken a lot. That's, especially as an entrepreneur, you want to do as much as possible. You don't want to, like, miss out on an opportunity. Right. You want to be like, yeah, I can do this, I can do that. But now, being in year 5 of Top 3, year 4 of Top 3, it's like, okay, where am I going to get the most bang for my buck?
Right. And I could see you working hard because I was at them same events too. It was like, oh no, I got to run from here to here with the production people, with everything else and make that work. And in doing all of that, I love the energy around it, but I also know it's kind of depleting sometimes. That's a long day. Yeah. I know how early we had to get a start to that day.
That was a back to back to back. That's what that was.
So when you're doing that much, right, and when you had the capacity to do even more, how are you taking care of yourself? Like, what do you do to feed and replenish your own just baseline for what you need to be able to perform the way you do?
I just sit, and sometimes I don't talk to people.
I love that.
I just don't. I'm a Cancer. Like, my zodiac sign is a Cancer, and by all traditional senses of Cancer, everybody says like Cancers are homebodies. They, they're very emotional and they're crying all the time. I can be that Cancer, but I'm also very outgoing. I'm what do they call it? Like an extroverted introvert, or now I saw like this new term, omnivert, or some shit.
Omnivert is a wild one for me.
So it's like,
I mean, you eat meat, huh?
All types of meat.
It's something, I don't know. It's some new phrase. But I enjoy being around people. I enjoy being outside. I'm a busybody.
Yeah.
But I also know that there are times, in order for me to be that busybody, I gotta sit. I don't want to talk to people. And one of the things that I've actually recently did was I did a silent retreat.
Okay.
At my home. So I did a 2 hour. Can you imagine? For 2 hours, I was quiet. I said nothing. For 2 days, I did a silent retreat at my house, and the only thing that I could do was eat, sleep, journal, and read.
Wow.
And that was it. No calls, no text messages. I had to text my mom because Mama McFail is not playing that.
Yeah.
But a text in the morning like, good morning, I'm good, have a good day. That's it. But phone off, phone away.
Right.
Not even in the vicinity where I can grab it. It's in the drawer. So it's like a hassle for me to get there. And what it really did is, the first day I kind of was like, oh my gosh, I'm shaking. I felt like an addict. Oh my gosh, what's happening?
What's going on the timeline?
Right. I should be doing this. Maybe I should do this. Am I hungry? Am I it's time to eat, but am I hungry? And what it really did is it gave me a sense of what my body needs. And so, okay, it's noon. Do I usually eat around that time? Yeah, but am I hungry? Or am I just eating because my body is used to eating around this time? Am I tired? Do I want to take a nap? Yeah, I think I'm going to take a nap. As somebody who doesn't really take naps like that, this really awakened a sixth sense, or not even a sixth sense. It really reinvigorated my senses to be like, okay, Lindsay, this is what you need. This is what you want to do. Do I want to read a book? I opened the book. I read a paragraph. I'm like, I don't want to read this no more.
Yeah.
So do I want to journal, or do I just want to sit and twiddle my thumbs? I think I'm going to sit and twiddle my thumbs. So I did it for, like I said, 2 days. And by day 2, I was more relaxed. I could feel my nervous system kind of centering and calming down.
Yeah.
And I enjoyed it so much that I'm probably going to do it again for a longer period of time.
Yeah. I love that. Where'd the impetus to even try something like that come from?
Well, you got social media, and everybody loves to put what they're doing on social. And I actually had a few friends who did a 10-day silent retreat. They went to this, they went somewhere, they traveled to do a silent retreat. And at the time, I was like, I don't have the energy to be looking up stuff and booking flights. I don't, this seems like
Oshawarm somewhere. It's I need to pop in over here, see what they got.
I was like, that sounds lovely. If somebody would love to plan that for me, I would totally do it. But I was like, here's what I'm going to do. Right. I'm just going to do it here at the house. And I mean, when I told some of my friends who were who had done the 10-day retreat, they were like, I can't believe you did it at the house, because I feel like the house would be more distracting.
That's where all the temptation is.
Yeah. And you got the TV here and you have all these things. I was like, well, I mean, I could have done stuff. I could have cleaned the closet. I could have, done if I really want to do it. But I was like, no, I just want to sit and be. I can go outside and take a walk if I want to.
Yeah.
But it's no But outside of that, no talking, no buying anything, no interacting. Don't try to pop in and get a coffee or anything like that.
Yeah.
Good morning. No. Zip it.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's it. Yeah.
So.
I love the discipline that comes with that. I love the intentionality that comes across from there. I think, when you're putting so much out into the world, when you have a chance to unplug, it really does give you that chance to really like listen back in. So yeah, that resonates with me. I need to take me one of them days very soon.
I agree.
He said that quick.
Yeah, I know. See,
He's like, don't call me.
Yeah,
That guy. I'm thinking about you having to use what you have, right? That seems like a through line to me of, use your phone now, or like, I'm not booking a flight. I'm going to stay home and use my space as a space. And I'm thinking about how that manifests into more present day stuff. Like, there's a lot of times where people can get hung up on what I don't have to accomplish something, right? And it seems like from youth, from DJing at 13 to the rest of the work that you've done in the music industry, you've just kind of intuitively used what you have. Where does that come from? Was that instilled in you at a young age, or was that something that like you just kind of adapted as you got older?
Like being able to disconnect, is that?
Resourcefulness, kind of. I think he's asking about.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I didn't grow up with like money or nothing. My mom, I was raised by a single mother. She worked for the post office. She would wake me up. Her shift was like 4 a.m. to 2 p.m.
Wow.
So we lived like 5 minutes away from my grandma's house. And so she would wake me up at like 3 in the morning, take me to my grandma's house, get me in bed, and then drive back past our apartment another like 5 minutes to her job. And then my grandma would take me to school and pick me up and stuff like that. So the picture that I'm painting is like, we didn't have like money, or, I didn't get everything that I wanted growing up. Like, I had to work for stuff. I remember I was like 13 and Parasuco jeans were like popular.
God. You got the Parasucos at 13?
Oh, that's because I had to work for them. I had convinced my grandma and aunt. I was like, hey, if I clean up the garden beds in the backyard and do all of this and that, and like the front yard, can you pay me $100 or maybe like $75, something?
Yeah.
Because I probably had like a little, this is before I started DJing, so I probably had like a little bit of money that I saved. And they were like, yeah. So I enlisted my friends to do to help me clean up the beds, and I bought them all like ice cream sandwiches, $1 from the the ice cream
you a couple
truck.
dollars. You get $5 to take care of all of y'all. Here we go.
Let's celebrate. Get the ice cream.
A little child
70
labor.
profit.
Right. And then after I got the money, I was like, Mom, can we go to Pentagon and go get these Parasuco jeans? Even at the smallest size, it's still like hanging off me like some Lil Wayne baggy pants. But I had them.
Them stripes on the side of the pants had a lot of people going crazy. It was a frenzy up here, man.
Yeah, so it's just about making do with what you have and just like trying to make it work, and just not giving up also.
Another thing I wanted to just dial back into briefly was the wellness side of the rest of your growth as an individual, right? So earlier you spoke about being a kid and being outside and being active, riding bikes. How did that look as you were in college and grad school and even making your way to New York? Like, what was your wellness practice then?
Yeah. I always was very active in like high school. I played softball. I ran track. Like, I tried everything. And to your point, it was me trying everything was like, you got to try it in order to figure out what you like and what you don't like.
Yeah.
And after college, I'm like, what did I do? After college, I got introduced to like Bikram yoga. And so I would be doing hot yoga for 90 minutes, get my family to come out. And eventually that evolved to like me moving to New York, into Harlem. I would still do Bikram. I would do regular yoga. They used to have this thing called the Yoga Passbook back in the day. And you buy it for like however much. And it had all these different passes to these yoga and Pilates studios where you could try it. You could get like 1 week free, 2 weeks free, 2 classes, 3 classes, etc.
Right.
And I would just go around and do yoga and Pilates. And that passbook was amazing because if anybody does yoga and Pilates, that is expensive. That's an expensive habit.
Yeah, today we're looking at 45 maybe a class average, something like that.
Depending on where you're at.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure.
So even now, I still keep up with that practice. I go to Harlem Pilates faithfully, at least once or twice a week, and then I have like a online subscription where I can do like online classes. And so I just pop that on at my house on the TV, and in the morning I'm gonna get up and do like some stretching, because you have to move your body. Like anytime like you feel bad, I don't even care if you're sick. You just have to get up and do some type of stretch and movement just to make you feel better.
You got to heal the mind, heal the body, all through the movement. And sometimes for me, Lindsay, I love to have a nice little soundtrack going on over there. So I want to tie this all back into this top 3, right?
Yeah.
Now I see you got a couple cards over there.
Yeah, I do.
You took some out. I'm going to imagine that we might have a little opportunity to play along with you on the show. Would that be okay?
That would be fine with
Now,
me. Is it okay? Because I know the last time y'all played, y'all got in a fight.
We was going to have to settle
I'm a winner.
There was going to be
All right?
some.
That's what we got to understand.
Furniture movement was going to happen one way or another today, as we indicated by that step over there. Some furniture had to get moved.
Okay,
right?
let's do it.
But I'm ready to defend my title because I do believe I was the victor the last time
It
we
was
faced
actually
each
a
other.
tie, if you will.
I'm going to say I was victorious.
Okay, let's see what we got. So for those folks who don't know how to play, I'm going to read 3 songs from off of the card, and they're going to have to guess who the artist is. The thing about it is I cannot give any other song titles that are not listed on the card. But I can sing the songs listed, and I can give cultural hints, which would include, you know, where the person is from, what era or decade of music it is. But I cannot say, like, this person's married to, et cetera, et cetera. Rhymes with. So I'll start off, warm-up question. Who performs Bad, Scream, and Beat It?
Michael Jackson.
Okay. That was just a warm-up. You were playing to win.
I was letting him go.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm attacking
Okay, let's get into it.
tenaciously off the top.
Who performs Inside My Love, Les Fleurs?
Minnie Riperton.
Yes. Boom. Okay. What about Rocket, Hold On, Free Your Mind? Rocket.
Stevie Wonder.
That is incorrect.
Rocket, Hold On, Free Your mind, and the rest will follow.
Free your mind.
Right?
Right. Can we get a song and sing?
Oh yeah. Yep.
The song got that one.
Yep. I'm making a little pile. What about Make It Rain, All the Way Up, Lean Back?
Lil Wayne.
That's wrong.
Travis Porter.
No.
Make It Rain,
Fat
All the
Joe.
Way. Yes,
There
Fat
we go.
Joe.
Oh,
Lil Wayne was on a couple of them, though.
he was.
Yeah, he was.
On
He
the
was.
remix.
But, you know, gotta stay focused and true. And that's,
Sorry.
you know, that is the,
All
that's
the way up is the one.
and Lean Back, I feel like, is
Yeah.
the one. That's the one.
Yeah. No,
But that's how I created it, is to give you like a little bit of like, it might be the same name song
Right.
from somebody else,
Right,
so you
right.
might get tripped up a little bit. But
And that's
all
where
right.
the fight started. This is
when
where
the
we was
fight
about to go.
No fight,
What
no bed.
about? Oh, I feel like this is too easy. But okay,
I feel like we need the vocal stylings. Whatever one you said is a little too easy, can we switch it up and get the vocal stylings now? You said you could sing along.
Yeah.
If you wanted to. Can you sing along to whatever's on the card?
You want me to sing it?
Yeah, that's you said you was going to sing it.
All
You said
right.
you could get that as a part.
Okay, here we go. Touch it, bring it, babe.
Bust the
What
rhyme.
you- Yep.
Hey.
Okay.
Turn it up. I was waiting for that to come. I wanted to get to that part. I knew what he was talking about.
I would
wanted to see how
have
that goes out.
died. What about emotionally scarred, humble, yes indeed?
Whew. Sounds like a very sad artist.
Right?
Emotionally scarred, humble, yes indeed.
See, humble is the tricky one there.
I cannot sing I cannot rap these songs. So there's a hint right there. And
Kendrick
this
Lamar.
that is incorrect.
Ah.
This person is from Atlanta.
And you can't rap it.
I cannot rap it.
Humble, Atlanta, emotionally scarred.
What
lost this one.
happens when Now, this is a great hint, and this is what I tell people all the time. Like, sometimes people get tripped up and they're like, I don't know this artist. It's not about who you know. Give a hint based off of who the artist is.
Yeah,
so
okay.
The hint is a woman gives birth to a what?
A child.
But in a smaller form, it is a...
Baby.
Uh-huh.
The baby. Little baby.
Little baby.
Yeah.
Yep. What about the real thing all around the world and never gonna give you up? Been around the world, yeah.
What was that? Lisa Steinfeld? What was her name or something?
I'm gonna give it to you, Lisa Stansfield.
He said Lisa Seinfeld. That's one of them.
I said Stein.
Hey, she around the corner somewhere with Jerry and them. No, don't give him that point.
Give out what? Is it Haley Steinfeld? Something, but you got it. I'm gonna give it to him.
That's the hate right
there. That's the hate.
That's Jerry's daughter, man. I ain't letting him get that off.
He didn't have no answers. Let's see. What about right in the wrong way? I'm going for mine and twisted.
Right in the wrong way. I'm
on
going
Hassan.
for
Hassan
mine.
said keep sweat.
Keep sweat.
Okay.
Got me twisted.
See, this is why you get the DJ on there. The last one.
Last one. Never been in love, nocturnal, and get by.
Talib Kweli.
That's a tie. That's a tie right there. I mean, I'm going to say, if I give both of y'all the last one, we got Hassan coming in with, 4 points, because at the bottom of each card, they're points.
They're points, okay.
And that represents how many points you get in the level of difficulty.
Respectable score, Hassan.
Yep.
Hassan Insane. DJ Hassan Insane himself.
Yep.
Solid 4 over there.
So then, Tony, you got 6.
Respectable score, okay.
And then, Kyle, you got 9. So, based on this, the top 3 champ is...
KR Jones.
That's
is the top 3 champ.
Yeah.
Put some respect on my name.
Lindsay, I told you this was going to start many a fight around the holiday season. This is where we're going to have to get this furniture moving again.
I ain't going to hold you. I've had this game for at least 3, maybe 3 years. Mm-hmm. I ain't never played for points. I never
was
read
8 years old.
I didn't know there was a point system.
So you just been out there. You just been quizzing
just battling people. Just singing at them and battling people.
He's walking around in the street. Who performs these songs?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I thought you didn't know.
He said just like that too. I'm glad that you know that's exactly how it
I would hate to see him in the street. I would be like,
you don't know nothing about no good music now.
I think I made the game.
Listen,
see? Too much.
All you need to know is I'm a winner.
I appreciate that, and people are going to need to know how they could also win too, Lindsay. I want you to let everybody out there know how they could pick up their very own top 3 and bring some holiday cheer into their lives this season.
Absolutely. You can purchase top 3 from our website, top3game.com, and that's TOP3game.com. Also, Instagram, follow us at the Top 3 Game. You can purchase it there. We're also on Amazon. Just type in Top 3 Games.
Okay.
And we're everywhere.
I love that. Got every base covered. You are able to be found on all the digital spaces right now. I want to close out. You have given us so many different things that are inspirational, that are going to be motivational, and people are going to need to understand. Lindsay, if I'm just starting on my journey in this space and I want to travel a path similar to you, what is something that you can give the people off the strength to help a beginner understand that they can manifest a similar path that you have?
Absolutely. The best advice that I can give is to do informational interviews.
Okay.
So what an informational interview is, you find somebody in your space or somebody with a job title that you would like to have or you aspire to be, and reach out to them and ask them if they have 10 minutes, 15 minutes to grab a coffee or hop on a Zoom call, and you talk to them about their career. Because that's one thing people love to do, is talk about themselves. Mm-hmm. And I learned this from my line sister, Jillian. When I first moved to New York, I was living on their couch, and I was just like running around trying to go to events and stuff. And she had a stack of business cards, and she was like, and she was very meticulous. She would write down like where she met the people and when. And she was like, here's some business cards. Why don't you do informational interviews? I was like, I don't have time to be doing no informational interview. I need a job.
Yeah.
Okay, a paying gig. I don't have time for information. But I was like, well, I don't have anything else to do, so I'm going to do it. And so I would email the people. I'd be like, hi, hi, such and such. I met you on this boat cruise and 4th of July, or we were at this networking mixer. And I went through her business cards and people would respond back. And one person who responded back was this one woman named Wendy Weatherford Marks, and she was a VP of integrated marketing at VH1.
Wow.
And I spoke to her. 10 minutes went by. She told me how she became a VP. And I was like, well, thank you so much for your time. And she was like, well, Lindsay, I want to know about you. And I was like, yes, I got her. And I was like, I told her about how I up and moved and like my background and everything and what I was looking to do. And she was like, well, you know what? I'm not the right person for you to talk to. You should talk to this woman named Nile Washington. And she at the time, now she's an Emmy award winning wonderful woman, but at the time she was the publicist for Stars and like what was that show, Power, and some other shows. And so she connected me with Nile, and I told Nile everything, and she was like, yeah, send me your resume, and sent her my resume. And then like a couple of weeks later, I get a call from this PR agency telling me to come in and interview for this position. And I'm like, okay, I'm like, okay, yeah, sure. I had a whole spreadsheet of like 700 jobs that I had applied to over the course of like 3 months. And I was not seeing this firm. Couldn't figure it out. I was like, well, I'm not asking no questions. They want me to come in. I'm an interview, and I got the job. And like 2 months later, I was sitting with this woman at my job, Nadine, and she was like, yeah, she casually said something. I was like, wait, what? Say that again? Nile was the one that gave her my resume, and she gave it to the social media team. And that's how I got my job as a social media assistant at DKC Public Relations.
Wow. Talk about some masterful networking and intentionality all through that whole process.
700.
You got to make sure you do some intentional interviews out here. 700, that's triggering for a lot of people out there.
I know.
It's like today's day and time. It's a testimony to resilience too. Yeah. It's like you got to go a little bit as an entrepreneur without hearing that first yes. And if you can have the resilience, emotional resilience, to make it all the way through there, you can, I say, see those fruits of those early dreams come into, a full product right here, which is, again, congratulations.
Thank you.
Beautiful. It's inspirational. Something that, it does definitely light up the whole household out there when you get a chance to play. I had my grandmother playing. She almost cursed me out. My grandmother wanted to see some more Robert questions in here.
You better stop talking about her on the podcast.
Robert. My grandmother liked Robert. She don't apologize to nobody. You know who I'm talking about.
I know he's talking about.
I said it exactly the way I said it because I knew you was going to understand it. And my grandmama liked Robert. She'd just be like, where's the Robert questions?
Tell her I'm going to send her some blank cards and she can write in whomever she wants. But let me tell you, he was not even a thought.
He shouldn't have been. I understand this.
We got a couple of, it's somebody
you
in the
might
game
have to pull
still.
pull a couple cards out.
We
today.
got to pull some people.
I get it.
We're going to have to rectify a few things. But I do want to
the expansion pack is coming soon.
It
That's where we're coming in.
So, and if there's any artists that you want in, just, send us a DM, send us a message. But yeah, we try to make sure that we had a robust group of artists from 1960s to present day. Yeah.
And again, like I said, it does joy around the table on the holidays time. I can't tell you how much I appreciated that. So thank you again for bringing this into the world. Thank you for sharing your lovely story with us. And please, can you let everybody know how they can find you specifically out there and where they need to tap in? You already gave us how we can purchase everything else, but where they need to tap in and just keep up with what you got going on.
Yeah, absolutely. You can follow me at Lindsy. I've suggested you go to Top 3 and find me there because I'm definitely tagged in all of the posts. But at Lindsy, which is LYYNNDSEYYY. Because somebody else has Lindsay in the exact way that I spell my name. But if not, just hit me up on at Top 3 Game. I check the DMs and everything. Drop a comment, and yeah, I'm there. I'm always happy to connect and do an informational interview if need be.
Love it.
And yeah, I'm around.
I'm keeping that one in the back pocket to make sure I get that to somebody. Be like, you know what you need to do? Informational interviews is where we need to take the next place, Kyle.
That part.
Yeah. Once again, it's been another fantastic episode of Off the Strength. I'm a trainer called Tony.
KR Jones.
Peace and much love to everybody out there. Until next time, we'll see you soon. Peace. Yeah!
Yay!
We played the game. Lindsay, thank you so much.
Thank you.
I won the game. What you won't do for love, smile.
That is Bobby Caldwell.
Let's chill. I like piece of my love.
Got it. Come on,
We
yo.
got deja vu. That's what friends are. are for, and don't make me over.
Good. Damn, that's been covered so many different times.
Time is on the line. Skip if you want. We got Cammy. Oh, damn. I'm sorry.
That shit go.
We got
Give me that card.
Tell 'em, Zion, and Lost Ones.
That's Lauren Hill, bro. Stop playing with me, yo.
You got Let's Do It Again, The Wait and Respect Yourself. Time.
Hey, this could be us. Do yoga. If you don't get this one, pulling all your cards.
I ain't got that, bro. Unlock the swag. It's crazy. Soulja Boy, what the fuck is that?
No. Give him?
Yeah.
Okay. Heartbreaker. Computer Love. Be alright.
Zap. Roger and Zap.
There we go. Okay. Hung up on me, baby. Going in circles.
Come on.
Miami. Switch. Summertime.
Will Smith.
Escapade. If. All for you.
Janet Jackson.
Part-time lover. Knocking the boots. Emotions.
H-Town.
That's the Sugar Hill case. I said, why y'all playing with me?
Yeah.
No, but she's very close to her. Kelly Rowland. No. Kelly Rowland.
Let her give the instructions. What's good, everybody? I'm a trainer called Tony, and I am here from the infamous Off the Strength podcast, asking you today, listeners, viewers, wherever you may be, to please like, listen, and subscribe to our podcast. This is how we're going to continue to be able to deliver you the best goddamn wellness information out here. So if you want to keep hearing this and you want us to keep growing, you are a part of this show just as much as anything else. So please go to offthestrength.com. Make sure you check out our blogs. Make sure you check us out on IG. And if you're hearing this voice and you didn't hit that subscribe button, know that Kyle is going to come looking for you.
You got that right.